What's up, y'all? So today I'm going to go over how I did my floor. You can see I tore everything or moved everything to the side over here, so it's out of the way. I'm going to pull up the floor. I'm going to sweep everything under it. I'm going to be trying to add Gorilla Tape today. I've heard that's a good way to keep your mats from sliding apart. Mine are screwed in on the ends currently. I actually went around the whole outside and screwed it all in, hoping that would keep everything together. I don't know if these things shrunk. They don't seem to have moved much, but maybe they shrunk over time. I don't know. I'm going to be adding, like I said, that Gorilla Tape to them, and we'll see how that works. So I get asked a lot, like, why did I put the plywood down? Basically, I reached out to an Olympic lifting gym in Georgia, and they said that they use the stall mats and the 3/4 inch plywood around like the lifting platforms, but they didn't do anything underneath. So it's just one sheet of plywood and then the 3/4 inch stall mats. And they said that their concrete was pretty beat up over the years. So in my old gym, I had all this plywood. It's just a 7/16 OSB. I put that down on the floor in there, had it there for maybe 4 years, never had any problem with cracking concrete or anything like that. In here, I want to do the same thing, obviously. So I laid down that, like I said, 7/16 OSB. I figure if that starts to get divots in it, it's much cheaper to go and get a $10 piece of plywood to replace than it is to start pulling up concrete and redoing that. So basically, I laid 7/16 OSB on the on top of the concrete, then did the 3/4 inch stall mats on top of that. Under the squat racks over here, I do have 3/4 inch plywood as well, just under the squat rack part where you're gonna be squatting for more stability. So I just got everything swept on that side. You can see the one place I messed up. You can see the one mat is rolled up back there with some kettlebells sitting up under it. That is because when I put the pegboard in, I put it down too hard. So if you're ever gonna do that, make a note and lift that puppy up just a little bit. So yeah, everything's back in now. One thing I wanted to check is under the plywood to make sure that there's no water coming up under there. That was something that somebody said could happen. I never had that problem in the other gym. Like I said, a lot of this plywood on the floor in here was in there for years. So I checked under it. Yeah, all good. No water or anything like that. No mildew. It's even raining right now, and so we're all good. Like I said, plywood on the bottom. It's just some OSB. It's like $10 a sheet. That can save you a lot of money and like messing up your concrete if you're doing a lot of Olympic lifts. That's how I do it anyway. I've always wondered if these things shrank, and I'm inclined to say yes, because this is me redoing the floors about a year later, and those are the exact same pads in the exact same spots, and you can see, I mean, there's it's a little over ½ inch gap in there. So I don't know. I think they shrink. That's just me though. So here you go. By the end of it, we had a whole inch that these things shrank. And they definitely did shrink because the plywood hasn't moved, and you can see this is where my screw's at, and that's where it was before. So yeah, I mean, these things actually, it looks like they do shrink. So that kind of created a whole nother problem when I got to this piece, because this is cut a certain way, so it fits up snug against that. So luckily I keep all my scraps, and I cut one in just to show you what it looked like. Have to cut another one right here, and with the Gorilla Tape, it at least won't show. But yeah, they shrink. Alright, so there you have it. I just got all the Gorilla Tape down. I went with the wide stuff. It's like 2.88 inches. Had a friend recommend that to me over the thinner stuff. We'll see how it holds up. Like I said, over about a year, those all the mats shrunk about an inch, it looks like. So we'll see if they expand back out in the summer. I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching.